Well, we're back.
We're back.
We did it.
Yep.
We made it back. Flew right back over the ocean. We're back in Italy.
Whew. It was such a long flight.
Yeah, my arms are so tired.
I am exhausted, but we're here.
On a real, I'm also exhausted.
I'm honestly not that exhausted, but
Well, at least one of us isn't exhausted. Anyway, hello, and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. I say something gay. I am still drinking the world's best Gatorade flavor, lime cucumber fight the wall, and I'm drinking water because hydration is important.
Hello, and hi. I am Lana, your resident evil diva, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because I love me some tea. Her. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am drinking water because I had hot chocolate, but I drank it all. So therefore, I am now drinking water.
Okay.
And but if I was drinking anything else, I would be drinking it out of my cup mug. She's back again. I am home. I am back with my cup mug. And I am so glad I missed her. But you can get you a cup mug too. You don't have to miss her. You can get her at lanagcreations.etsy.com. The link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically. So there are no excuses. And I'm looking at you, Italy. I'm looking at you. Get your cup merch, your cup mug, or any of our other cup merch. Her.
Well, we are back. It is the first episode that we are recapping after the unfortunate lip sync accident involving Cecily. There was a Cecily-sized hole in this episode.
Yeah.
But this was an incredible episode.
This was actually really good. But
this was a really good episode.
It was a really good episode. I missed Sissy all day, but I am still in mourning a little. But this episode was actually really good, and I enjoyed it.
A fab episode. And we're going to talk about it. But first, make sure to subscribe because we're here almost every day of the week giving you almost everything drag. It's less so now because there is less drag to talk about. And honest to God, we're thankful for it.
Truly.
We're thrilled thankful. And very thankful for that. So we do come into the workroom and Sissy is gone.
Tear.
But her writing was still in this episode, so at least she was kind of there, kind of, sort of. I'll take that any day of the week. But
everybody was sad too. We were not the only ones sad because everybody was sad. They were crying. It was like, we really are going to miss Sissy. And I love that they had that kind of response to Sissy because she's an amazing person and we love Sissy. Hey, Sissy. I know. Okay.
I love but yes. So we come back into the workroom the next day. We get our cute little mini challenge. This was a cute little mini challenge.
It was very Squid Games, if you will.
It was very red light, green light.
It was like, I was like, oh, that's what y'all call it. We call it red light, green light. Like
literally, I was like, oh, I feel like I've watched this on TV with some of my friends not surviving, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Sure.
Someone did survive. Great.
Yay. My favorite part of this is, so it comes down to Sypario and Sheeva. And I love that. I don't remember what the pose was that Sheeva was doing, but Priscilla was like, Sheeva, is that really a sensual pose? And she's like, yes, absolutely. What are you talking about? And then the fact that Sypario got all the way up there and Priscilla turned around and was like,
oh,
God, Sypario.
You scared me. Yeah. It was I know what pose you're talking about. The pose she had her hand on her crotch, she was standing like very
I think she
man-like.
also had her finger in her mouth, just like
It was like she gave us sensual man. Like
man.
I'm man. I grab my crotch, but I'm sexy. So it was so funny. I was like, not the sensual man.
Man.
But I loved it. It was funny.
Sensual man is my favorite fragrance.
Sensual man.
Man. But to nobody's surprise whatsoever, Sypario won another mini challenge.
You might as well just call Sypario the mini challenge queen. Because
well, this has happened on every season of Italia. That's the funny thing. Is like Electra Bionic dominated the mini challenges on season 1, and it was Nehelenia last season. So I'm like, at least we have someone dominating these mini challenges. I'm not mad at it.
Good for Sypario.
Their third mini challenge.
Third. It's definitely their third. Definitely their third. I was like, good on you, Sypario, I guess. Good on you.
Work, bitch.
Work.
And for winning, they get to pick first their style of dance because we are doing a ballroom dance challenge.
Strictly Italia.
I was gonna say it's very Dancing with the Drag Queens, very Strictly Come Drag Race, like
right. All of that.
I wasn't mad at it.
I wasn't either. I kind of enjoyed it, honestly.
Yeah. So Sypario got to pick first, and then they got to pick everybody that went afterwards. I do love that Melissa was the second to last person to pick, and yet somehow still got hip hop.
Everybody was scared of hip hop. They were like, "We don't want to dance hip hop." And I was like, "I can understand why you don't."
Yeah. And I believe Prada was last. I think.
No, it was Leila. Leila was last.
It was Leila, yes, and because Leila and Sypario have their little, I don't know what it is, but sure. And I knew, thankfully from watching Dance with the Stars, I knew most of these styles.
Same.
The only one I didn't know was the traditional Greek dance.
I knew that one because of watching So You Think You Can Dance.
Oh, good.
And I was like, look at me knowing these dances from watching these dance shows and I can't dance. I love it. But yeah.
Yes. So we go straight into just rehearsals. There's like, this episode was the opposite of fluff. There was no fluff happening. We're going straight in.
I was like, is this a whole hour for real? Because we just moving.
Yeah, because there's 7 dances that they have to perform.
For sure.
But yeah, they rehearse their dances with Kiara there for some reason.
Because Kiara just has to be a part. I feel like if Kiara's not a part of the explaining the mini challenge or the maxi challenge, or being a part of the rehearsals or the talking about the maxi challenge, it's not really a maxi challenge. It's not really a maxi challenge if Kiara is not involved at all. So
I'm not mad at it because I enjoy her a lot.
Sure. She can come in and go when she pleases, I guess.
Oh, she looked so good in this episode too. But when does she not look good? Never.
I mean, the runway wasn't her best this week for me, but okay.
Sure. Yeah, I'll give you that one. But yeah, it's just, then they get ready. They talk about dance. They have a little like dance moment. And then we're already there. Like,
we're back. We have a little moment in the workroom with Sheeva and La Prada.
Oh, I almost forgot about this.
Oh no, I had a moment where Sheeva felt the need to tell La Prada that she thinks she's a little fake. Because Sypario brings up, was anybody being strategic when they were picking their dances? Were they trying to protect people from dances that they know they couldn't do, or giving the people who could dance the harder dances to do because they're dancers? And she was like, that's why I picked Leila last. But then Sheeva went on talking about how she thinks that La Prada is fake and very strategic, and like she feels a connection, and she names everybody but La
Every
Prada.
single person other than La Prada.
I was like, oh my god,
Damn,
oh
girl.
my,
All right.
oh my, and I was like, wow. And La Prada was like, well, I don't think that I'm fake. She said, am I a little guarded? Probably yes. She said, because I've been in situations. She said, you all came in knowing each other. I didn't know hardly anybody. And I've been in situations where I got part of a group and then come to find out that they just did not like me, and I was being talked about in group chats and things like that. And so yes, I came in here guarded, and I don't put myself out there to be friends with people. I'd rather do things on my own. And I was like, I mean, I can understand that, because sometimes you just rather be by yourself than in a group of people where you don't know, and you don't know their intentions, and they're like, well, we're all good people and we want to treat you, we wanted to, build up a sisterhood, da da da. And I was like, I mean, maybe. I kind of felt for La Prada here. For the first, I was like, I feel bad for her, because I feel like she's the introvert. She's very much an introvert, and it was due to circumstances. I don't even think she wants to be an introvert. It's just the fact that she had circumstances that made her turn into an introvert, where it was like she had a bad experience, so she closed off and was like, I'd rather be by myself. And while y'all out there hanging out, having a good time in the group, I'll be in my room getting myself ready for tomorrow. Like that's
Right.
And
Right.
I was like, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I didn't feel like that was a bad thing. And I felt bad that she felt that Sheeva called her out like that. I do still think she was just not a very nice person, but people seem to like it. I think either you're going to like Sheeva or you're not going to like Sheeva. There's no gray area with her. And I feel like this episode, I don't think she was being mean, but she was being malicious, but she was definitely being mean. If that makes sense.
I think she was being more pointed. I think maybe I wouldn't necessarily use the word mean. I think in other instances we've seen her be mean.
Yeah, that's true.
With the whole the Leila situation.
Yeah, that was mean.
That was for me mean. At least in our edited view on this edited television program, it looked mean. Here I would say just pointed more than anything, because she's blunt. Very blunt. And I do normally like someone that is on the more blunt side. But I don't know. I think Sheeva is incredibly talented. But that's about it.
Yeah, I don't know. But then we have Melissa pointed in and was like, I wouldn't call Sheeva, La Prada fake. Strategic, yes, because I feel like she comes in and she knows what she's doing and how to make it to a finale. And she's like, these are the points I have to make. And I'm like, well, ain't nothing more than being strategic either, because this still is a game. No matter how we look at it, it's still a game.
It may not be Canada where there's literal actual stakes and there is actual maybe strategy, but
it's still a game.
Yeah. So
yeah. Something else that I wanted to bring up, and I don't know if you saw this. It was something funny that was brought up during the was it the runway? Or was it the dance? The rehearsal? I think it was the rehearsal. And no, it was the runway. It was the runway. So we'll talk about it when it gets to the runway. It was the runway, because I think it was either it might have been the translation, what the captioning that we saw, but Kiara said something on the runway, and it translated to something that had me like, what? What does that mean?
It had to be a mistranslation.
It had to be a mistranslation.
I think I remember what you're talking about, but
when she called it fatty.
Yeah. I was like, it can't be.
She's not calling somebody fat, is she?
No, I don't think so.
But it might be the translation. Y'all watch it and let me know in the comments if somebody could possibly listen to what she said. It was, I forgot who it was for, but She said it was only she only had 2 comments of that person in the whole
Yeah.
thing. And I can't. I
And the overall tone of it seemed positive. That's why I was confused a little
because
bit.
it seemed
Like,
that like,
okay.
but I think we just got it captioned wrong for us.
Probably. I mean, knowing Wow Presents Plus, probably.
Probably.
But
okay.
Now we can go to
yes, we're here.
There we
work.
Priscilla just keeps looking. This was so good.
This was
Like,
so good. Everything about this was good. That dress, that hair, those diamonds, that makeup. It's so stunning.
would you say that she's shining bright like a diamond?
She shines bright like a diamond.
Because that was also the runway.
Yes, that is the runway. But she looks stunning right here. One of my favorite looks from Priscilla.
I think this might be my favorite of hers.
It might be. It might be.
We might have to do a host's look.
Ooh.
List. I think we should.
I think we might.
But Paula is not with us this week. We get a message from her in the Untalk being like, you all did such a good job this week, even though I don't know what you did because I'm filming this much, much before you did your challenge. But I think you all did an absolutely great job this week.
Right.
So we see her. Yeah, I'm like, okay, girl, whatever.
Girl, you could have.
They told you to film this video, whatever. Like,
you could have acted like you saw it. My God.
Right. But instead, we have our guest judges, Andreas Mueller and Veronica Peperini. And I have no clue who they are. I'm going to assume that they are professional dancers.
Yes, they did say they were professional dancers.
Great. They were lovely.
They were lovely.
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 Sure. But yeah, Priscilla looks
stunning. And even when she took that thing off, I was like, this dress is still fabulous.
You know what? I don't normally do this for host looks, but you know what? She did what needed to be done here.
Yeah, for sure.
Word.
Yeah, for sure.
It'd be a duh. If I was scoring this, it'd be a duh.
It'd be a duh.
We could start judging or scoring.
I feel like what we need to do is all the host looks for this of the year that we saw. We just put out our best host looks, and we,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, end of the
year. There's gonna be a lot of looks to look through. But all right, let's talk about this dance challenge. We've got everyone up there in the order, I think, or close to the order that they went in. So
it was definitely the order. You did good.
Thank you. So we have Melissa doing hip hop. We have Sypario doing the tango. Silvana della Magliana doing bachata. La Prada doing the Viennese waltz. La Sheeva doing swing. We have Leila doing the sirtaki. And then Lina Galore doing salsa. I thought overall, no one did bad.
No.
No one did bad.
No one did bad. Some were just better than others.
Well, and because I would say definitively the person I think did the worst in this challenge was Silvana. But then knowing that she had an injury situation,
she fell in the tub.
I was like, okay. I'm gonna give her a little bit of a pass. She did the best she could with the injury that she had. So okay, cool. But for me, there were 4 people that I thought did very well and 3 people that did good.
Okay. For me, it was 3 people that did very well, 2 people that did good, and then 2 people that did
So are we in agreement that the top 3, if there was a top 3, which I feel like there should have been, my top 3 would have been Melissa, Sypario, and Leila.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's my top 3. Absolutely.
Yeah. My 4th then that I do think she did a really good job was Sheeva.
Yeah. Yes.
She was fine.
She was fine. I think I will put Sheeva, and I will actually put La Prada in with Sheeva, because I thought
I agree.
I think La Prada did well. I get what they mean about her being cheeky and talking to
Yeah.
the audience a lot, but I think the actual dance itself was decent. It was really good.
Yeah.
I would have put my good would have been Sheeva and Prada.
Yeah.
And then I would have put Silvana and Lina as they did all right.
Yeah, like Lina did fine. She knew the steps. She had it down. There just wasn't a whole lot of like personality coming
Right.
from
There was no
performance.
performance. It wasn't no performance. It was I got the steps. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Yeah.
But there was no performance aspect to it. And then with Silvana, I understood the injury. And I think she did really well for the fact that she was injured and her hip was hurting. And she still got down on that floor and did what she had to do. I can applaud that.
Definitely. I mean, they made it real difficult when they said, "Oh, Melissa, you're going first." Like,
yeah,
y'all set everybody else up after her.
A mess.
The 1-2 punch of Melissa and then Sypario, who did. I don't know what I was expecting from Sypario in this challenge, but I thought they did great.
I knew she was going to be good because Sypario is a musical theater person.
Yeah.
And I know she has to know how to dance and do, move in order to be a musical theater person. And she did well. I was very pleased with Sypario. I was like, okay. It was very intense. She gave me what the tango it asked for. So, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, because we've only really seen, like, I can only think of one other example of something like this on Drag Race. And it was years ago when they did mashup dances. And they had, it was, I think, right after when Carson Kressley was on Dancing with the Stars with Kim, and they brought Kim in to teach them. And it was cute and lovely. She was one of my favorite pros for a while.
Kim.
But yeah, so I was like, okay, I like seeing this challenge again.
It was good. It was a good challenge.
I was like, if they do this every year, like, I wouldn't necessarily be mad at that. Or like every 2 years.
Wouldn't be mad. It was actually really good, and I enjoyed it, honestly. And does La Prada, does she have tiramisu on her head?
I believe so.
Love it even more.
I know. I was like, that headpiece is so cute. I think it's tiramisu.
That is tiramisu. I worked at Olive Garden and I looked at tiramisu a whole lot. And I know what tiramisu look like.
Love tiramisu. Yes. Love it. But yeah, I would say by far, for me, my favorite was Melissa.
Oh, by far. Yeah. Hands down, no comparison.
Definitely.
She ate her up. Even if the music was a little slow, she ate it up.
They gave them a really slow song.
They gave them a slow song for hip hop.
I was like, I'm like, okay. Slowest cartwheel I've ever seen. I'm like, okay now. All right.
But she was control. She kept it controlled. And I was like, okay.
She still did the damn thing.
She did. So. Yeah, she did it. Yeah.
Great.
Good on her.
Category is like a diamond. Sorry. Could you imagine if Rihanna just popped in?
Shine bright like a
diamond.
I'd be like, work.
I would have been like, when are we getting new music? I'm one of those people.
You are, and Rihanna would be like, when I'm ready.
When I feel like it.
After my children are well into their teenage years.
And I love it, but still.
I'm a mogul and a mom now.
I know, but like,
where's the new music?
Where's the new music?
She's like, I gave you music for Black Panther. Is that not enough?
No. It was good.
It was good, but the fans were like, no, we want more.
No. But Shine Bright Like a Diamond. The second time we saw something like this week. Because we got this, and then we got Gemstones over in Canada. So I was like, all right, we're feeling very sparkly.
Very sparkly.
So I don't think these are in order.
No. But it's okay.
I didn't bother to look up the order. But the first one we're going to talk about is La Prada. It's a white gown.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful gowns.
Beautiful gown.
Beautiful gowns. I hate this bang. I hate
I,
this bang.
I, I don't like this dress.
I don't think I do either.
I don't like anything about it.
I like the purse.
It's a cute purse. I don't know what she was doing with it.
I think she was bringing it out like an Italian flag.
Right, like it's a flag, and I'm like, what's...
Does it look like the way that you
fold it in the military when they... Yeah,
I did color guard for 5 years.
Yeah,
and I got very familiar with folding flags.
You fold that over and you bring it over.
Yeah. So that's what it looked like for me.
Yes, and that's what I think it was. But I'm like, are you a mother? Are you a girlfriend? A wife?
You? Yeah, I'm like, did your spouse pass? Like, I don't know.
You're holding it out, and then you're like, but guess what? Nope, it's a bag. It's a
bag. I will say this is the best her makeup has looked on the show.
I agree.
And I was thrilled about it. I was like, finally, she got it.
Yeah. But
just in time to go home. But
everything about this, I didn't like. I didn't like the wig. I didn't like the dress.
I like the earring.
The earring was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Score?
That's it. 45.
I'm like, I like the bag, I like the earring, and I like the makeup. So I'm gonna give her a generous 60.
Okay.
It's the last time we're gonna score her for a while, so I'll be a little generous. Lina Galore.
Cute.
It's pretty.
Not sparkly enough for me.
My issue was actually with the blue velvet.
Yeah.
I don't like the blue velvet with all of this.
Me either.
And then the slightly lighter bra and panty.
Right.
But the silhouette works. Because I like the big buffle with the ruffles. The headpiece is gorge. The wig is great. The makeup is always good. I like the gold necklace piece. And I like the big billowing sleeve with the big billowing shoulder with the sleeve. I think, like, silhouette-wise it works. I just want it in a different material.
Yeah. It's something that I like and don't like at the same time. It's like, I like it, but I don't like it. I don't like the bra and panty with that, because it's like, okay, this is my diamond piece too, but I'm like, but it's covered up in the blue.
Right.
It's kind of like, well, but I do like the headpiece. Is it my favorite headpiece I've seen? No, but it's a cute headpiece.
Yeah.
I like the gold necklace part, but it's the blue that's completely throwing me off.
Yeah.
But it's not horrible, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah. Scores?
I would give it a 65.
I'm gonna give it a 67.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sypario.
Okay. I like the cape, the overlay that came out, but
the fringe.
Like, it's fringe. All right, it's fringe. It's not really.
It's silver fringe. We know
fringe.
what color this fringe is this time. It's not brown. It's silver.
We've always known.
That's a deep cut.
It's David who did not know.
And of course, David's not here to defend silver fringe.
But yes, it's silver fringe. I like the silver fringe, but I'm like, okay. But I do enjoy the jumpsuit underneath it as well, a little bit. I don't know. It does nothing for Sypario.
Yeah.
But makes Sypario look like a pear.
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
I'm not saying Sypario needs to cover up her stomach or anything like that, because she can. It's just the way that it's fitting. It's a little it's making her. It's not doing much for for her shape because she has
Yeah.
a shape. It's a beautiful
Yes.
shape, but it's just not doing anything. This look isn't doing anything, and like even like cinching it up a little bit in the waist part or the top part
Yeah.
where it cinches up, it just makes it look like womp. And it's
Yeah.
like you could cinch it in a little and give us a little
Yeah.
for me, but it's still a cute. It's definitely sparkly. It's definitely
Yes.
shiny. It shines
Very
bright like a
diamondy.
diamond.
Yes.
Love her makeup as always.
Oh, always. Yeah.
As always. I love this headpiece. I think Sypario has some of the best headpieces because
This like jeweled, almost Josephine Baker
yes,
style
yes,
pussycat wig, pussycat wig, but it's a jeweled headpiece. Like it's so
headpiece.
good.
It's so good, and I feel like
Yeah.
Sypario knows how to give us those headpieces that are different because she doesn't do wigs. She doesn't do the whole, flowy wig thing. She gives us good architectural pieces,
Good,
and I love it.
tight to the head with something interesting.
I like it.
Yeah, there's elements of this I really like. I appreciate that we're seeing something a little bit more bodycon from Sypario because that's the one thing we really hadn't seen is something a little bit more like I love seeing her in a jumpsuit. I wish the jumpsuit was fitted better to her body. I agree with you completely. Because she does have a gorgeous shape. But I just wish I wish the proportion of the jumpsuit itself was a little bit altered to sort of like where everything matched up a little bit more. But the actual jumpsuit I think is lovely. I like the star cutout, the big fringe. Like I thought it was lovely. So overall, I'm not mad at this.
Neither am I.
Score?
I would give it a 77.
I'm going to match that. Yeah, 77.
Yeah.
La Sheeva.
Now, I'm going to say I really like this. She turned that corner first. She came out first.
Yeah.
And when she turned that corner, I was like, oh.
I was like, oh, work, bitch.
I was like, okay, Sheeva, I see you, and I'm liking this. I'm liking this from the Sheeva.
I will say the one thing I have that I'm going to say about this is it does look like a few things we've seen from La Sheeva. That's what I will say. It looks like literally the thing she wore last week. But I still think it's so well put together. I mean, if this is your signature, go off, gal. Like, I'm not mad at it. The fact that all of the pieces go together and they're not all the same gold, but it looks intentional. Like, that's what I love. I think the cape is like the perfect amount. All of the jewelling. Oh, the hair is so good.
Everything. Yes.
The jewelling all over the face and the shoulders is so good. It's cut in such a beautiful way. There's just enough skin showing, like, in all places. She looks
It fits
great.
up to perfection. She looks great. I think this is so good. Yeah, she looks great, and I'm not mad at this at all.
I love this makeup, too, how it's the very severe wing, but then we kind of have this, like, buffed eyeshadow instead of something more severe.
Down.
Yeah. I found her highlight to be a little too bright. Just under where the jewels are, because you've got the jewels. I don't need like the white highlight, and it looks kind of like painted on, unless that's just like a sticker of jewels, and I can't tell.
I can't,
because in that top right picture, it kind of looks like it might be like a sticker that was made with the jewels on it and just applied. And if that's the case, that's fine. But yeah, overall, she looks great.
She looks great.
Your score?
I will give her an 82.
I'm going to give her a 96. I like it. Silvana della Magliana.
This is my favorite look from Silvana.
I'm glad you finished that sentence.
Oh, my favorite look from Silvana. Yes.
I was like, if this was your favorite of the night, Lana.
No. This is my favorite look from Silvana.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree.
She is giving me 70s disco, diva, doll, and in the best way without being offensive. And it was great. It was so good. I love this gold dress. It fits her so good. Like, it's sparkly. I love the necklace. I like her earrings. I love this wig.
The wig is great.
I'm in love with the wig. I like this look on Silvana. I think she looks good. She performed it well, even with her injury and her hip thing.
And she's still wearing a 4-inch heel there.
Yeah, and you can see the bump and the bruise on her hip through that dress. That's how big it is. And she is eating it up. I think she looked amazing. She performed it well. I like this look from Silvana.
The only thing I will say is it's a scotch simple, but we've learned that is her Silvana aesthetic. So I'm not gonna. I just wish there was something. I wish it hit the floor. I don't think it hit the floor. I think it's like just above. And I'm like, I want maybe like an extra inch on the dress. But I love the slit. I love that we're seeing full leg. The gown is simple but beautiful. The wig is great. The makeup is really good here. Like, sure.
Work. Go off, sis.
Scores.
I will give this an 85.
I'm going to give her an 82. Leila Yarn.
I like the idea of this more than
There's a lot going on.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I needed her to edit a little bit.
Like, breasticle up, I'm a big fan. Like, that tight shot in the top, that's gorge. And then I like what's happening with the little hip piece, with the piece coming off. But altogether, it just felt clunky.
I mean, I like the idea of her repurposing and reusing things that you didn't have to buy a whole lot of things. But she ended up looking like a chandelier. Just literally like
not a cunty chandelier, but like
just a chandelier. Like, you got all the crystal pieces off a chandelier and stuck it to this bodysuit and put a whole bunch of other stuff. It just needed a few less things. Like, it was too much all at once. I didn't know where to look. My eye was going everywhere and I couldn't focus on anything. So I think it was a lot. Like, you gonna have all of that plus this thing on the shoulders, this big neck piece, this big jewelry, and then all the stuff hanging off the sides and off the arm, and then off this hip thing, then this cape in the back, this tail in the back. It was just a lot to look at. This, I honestly think this might be my least favorite thing I've seen on the runway tonight.
I still like this more.
I think I like it more, a little more. I think it might match La Prada for me. It's like, I don't like a lot of it.
I still think it's put together in a very intentional way. And for that, I'm going to give it a little bit more. But yeah, I love this wig too. Again, another like almost Josephine Baker sort of tight to the head. Oh, it's so good. Scores.
For me, do I like it better? Maybe 48.
I'm gonna give her a 63.
Yeah, don't really like that much.
And then I had to save Melissa for last because what the fuck is this?
Well, she never misses on the runway. She never misses on the runway. I say it every week. She never misses on a runway, and she did not miss on this runway either. This was stunning. When she came out and she had the big coat covering her up, I was like, oh, I know what's under there. We can tell by this hairpiece, we know what's happening. Give us showgirl, give us carnival, give us naked. Just give us what we know is under here and give it to us. And she walked out on that runway with that beautiful blue feather coat. And then she ripped it open and we got exactly what we knew what was underneath. And it was stunning. this woman can't go wrong with being naked because she looks so dang good at being naked, but she does it in such a really good way. Like everything about they told her to shine bright like a diamond, and she gave you all the diamonds. She gave you all the diamonds. It's beautiful. The stand account still stands strong with this one. It just not going away. I was very happy with her preseason, and she has not failed me at all. I I adore this woman. She's stunning, and she slayed this runway.
Bitch. Like, what is there even to say? I don't need to say anything.
She did what needed to be done. Period.
Mugther.
Oh gosh. Ugh, you're stupid with that. Overflowing, stupid Kundala. The TV's leaking, all of the things that we say. It's done. It's everything. She's everything.
Gay shock.
Mm-hmm. All of it.
Or, well, Lana shock.
Black woman shock.
Pretends to be shocked.
Like, Melissa be real on the runway. Are you kidding?
Melissa hasn't missed on the runway yet.
She ain't missing. The girlie's not missing. Period.
No.
No.
So we got.
And by the way, we have to do this. Oh, go ahead. No, you're right. It's time. Then I'll say it after this. Go ahead.
Yes. So we get our results. We find out that Sheeva and Leila are safe.
Yes.
Sure. I think really what it came down, I think it could have been a top 3 with Leila in it, and the look just didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't all the way there, unfortunately.
Agreed.
But yes, we get our top 2 being Sypario and Melissa. Our bottom 3 being Silvana, Lina, and Prada. Agreed. Nothing much happens in the Untucked other than I think the dancers come back.
And we said that, yeah.
They were lovely. Like, I don't know who they are, but like they were lovely and wonderful. Like, well, sure.
He was good looking. She was beautiful. They were lovely.
I do love when Priscilla midway through was like, "You can take off your jacket. It's fine." And I'm like, "Thank you, Priscilla.
You can." Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was lovely.
Oh,
he was lovely. Yeah.
But we find out, to nobody's surprise whatsoever, that Melissa is the winner of the challenge.
And I will say, we were told to let everyone know that our co-host in crime, David, wanted everybody to know he was very excited that Melissa got her second win. Finally, he says, and he wanted everybody to know that he couldn't be here, but he wanted us to let you all know he was very excited about Melissa, just like we all were, because when Melissa wins, literally we all win. Literally, we all win when Melissa wins. So that's great for us. And Melissa deserved because she ate. She ate the competition and she ate the runway. She ate.
Yeah. Very, very that. So yes, Sypario is top. Out of our bottom 3, Silvana is saved. And our bottom 2 is Lina and La Prada.
I can see that.
Definitely understood. Yeah. And they lip sync to Up and Down by Billy Moore. Didn't know the song.
Mm-hmm.
The lip sync was cute.
Lip sync was cute. I might have an unpopular opinion. Because I think La Prada beat Lina.
Oh.
And they wanted to blame the mustache that they couldn't see. And I was like, I don't understand, because I saw she knew every word. But me personally, felt like La Prada outperformed Lina, but I knew that there was no way they were going to get rid of Lina at this point. I was like, they're not sending Lina home right now. It's going to be La Prada, no matter what she did. I don't think she could have performed her life for her life. If she would have took that thing off, she still would have lost. Yeah. But I thought she did. I personally thought she outperformed Lina.
I don't think either of them were better or worse, honestly. Like, this was not a very memorable lip sync for me. For me, it was a little bit closer. So I get what you're saying for sure. And I do agree. I think it didn't really matter what Prada did. And am I mad that Lina's staying? No.
Of course not.
I'm not mad at it. So
I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying.
They could have put Silvana in the bottom, and I think the result would have been the same.
The same. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We gotta give our front runners some versatility in their track record, I guess. Now, who are they gonna have Melissa send home? That's the real tea. Because I feel like they're gonna put her in the bottom once to show off what she can do. She'll probably send home, I don't know, Leila.
Ooh.
If Leila goes, she might send Leila.
Yeah, they'll probably send Leila home.
Or Sheeva.
Maybe.
Because I feel like maybe the only person that could outperform Sheeva would be Melissa.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Who knows? But Lina wins.
And La Prada
is gone. Ta-da!
I mean, for me, I felt like it was her time a couple episodes ago.
Agreed.
But she's lovely.
Lovely human.
Lovely human. I'm glad that she's grown clearly a lot in her drag since. And yeah. Party.
That's it.
And I don't remember what next week is.
It's a death scene of some sort, or a comedy about.
Oh, it's death. The roast.
It's the death or comedy about a roast about death. So
we just had so many roasts.
Oh,
not every season has to do a roast. Okay, I'll prepare for a roast again. It's fine, but I do have a draft update. I'm so sorry, Lana.
I'm sorry. We really don't need to talk about it, but it's okay.
Well, Lana, you are in third place.
Of course.
With 74 points. And this is now the second draft this week where first and second are separated by half a point.
That's sickening.
So David is currently sitting at 90.5 points. And I have 91 points. So
it's sick.
And Lana, you're holding on to your Melissa and your Sheeva. David still has Melissa plus Silvana and Sypario, and I still have Melissa plus Lina and Leila. So I think it's based on how people seem to be doing. I think it's pretty even across the board.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
But that was a lovely 50-minute episode of the pod today.
We love it for us.
Lovely. I mean, when there's only two of us, that tends to happen. But
yeah.
Thank you so much for joining for episode 7 of our Drag Race Italia recap. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, probably plus a David, hopefully, maybe, to talk about Drag Race Italia. In the meantime, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because we're here almost every day of the week giving you almost everything drag. We have 2 other channels now. That's a fun new change. So If you want to hear us talk almost all things reality TV, make sure to go subscribe to the Cup TV. And if you want to hear us talk about almost all things Eurovision, make sure to go check out the Cup ESC, where we are covering Eurovision from top to bottom. And it started earlier than we wanted, so that's fun. But we're very excited about it nonetheless. Also, make sure to follow us on our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can go follow Lana and I on our various socials, also in the description below. And if you go all the way down there, you could also get your merch, including but not limited to Cup Mug, available down there as well. And with all that being said, cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh.
Cheers.
Boing.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Now,
That's
see
gonna be
that walk.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.